Previously on One Life to Live.
You think that Gabrielle is still in love with Max?
I aim to make sure she doesn't do anything about it.
We were over a long time ago.
Can you explain to me what's going on here?
I never imagined that Nora Buchanan could actually forget what happened.
I did. I killed Colin.
I didn't know before.
It's okay.
I didn't remember. I didn't remember, but I do now. I did it. I did it. I killed Colin. I pushed him. I killed him. I did.
You knew about this.
It wasn't my mom.
I'm sorry. I am so terribly sorry.
Are you scheduled to work this afternoon?
No, I'm covering for Jimmy. He's sick.
Didn't you work the late shift?
Yeah, but I need all the extra hours I can get, so.
Oh, ambitious.
Well, I just got to work quite a bit to pay for my tuition. Not to mention books. Plus, I guess I'll need to eat once in a while.
Yeah, I think it's probably good to work that in. Well, I don't want to be accused of starving any of my employees, so I'll give you as many shifts as I can.
Great. Thanks, Mr. Fine.
Hey, son. You work here?
Yeah, can I help you with something?
It depends. Are you interested in making a few extra dollars?
Doing what?
Finding out what my wife is up to.
Time. I never dreamed. Oh, God. I've caused everyone so much trouble. So much pain. If only I'd gotten my memories back sooner.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, Mrs. Buchanan. You could have saved this court and the taxpayers a great deal of time, trouble, and expense.
I apologize, Your Honor.
Well, let's get on with it. Mr. Gannon, are you ready to proceed with your witness?
Nora, do you need a break?
No. No, Hank, I need to do that this second. I need to be able to get through this now, this instant, okay? Judge Maron's right. We've let too much time go by. Too many people have been hurt.
Okay, then we'll proceed. Thank you, Your Honor. Nora, the events that you just recalled, are you certain that they actually happened the way you described?
You mean, did I imagine or dream that I pushed Colin down the stairs? No, I know the difference between reality and fantasy.
Nora, prior to your testimony, you were convinced that Lindsay Rappaport was guilty. And then suddenly you remembered Roseanne Delgado being present at the scene. And now you're certain that you're responsible for Colin MacIver's death.
When I took the stand, I vowed to tell the whole truth. I didn't know the whole truth then, but I do now.
And how do we know that you won't have another recovered memory that'll shift the spotlight in another direction?
Because I know exactly what happened. And I'm ready to tell you everything I remember.
You're Ace Buchanan, right?
That's right.
Well, then, why would you want someone like me to help you?
Because I can't be every place at once, but you're in the right place.
I don't know, Mr. Buchanan.
Son, it's easy money. All you have to do is let me know if this woman comes in here to meet with this man.
I've seen this woman before. She was here with Al. His mother?
That's right. That's the one. You recognize him?
He's been here, too. Who is he?
He's just a lousy, two-time and no-good lying con artist.
So what are you doing?
It's none of your business, Renee, so butt out.
Excuse me. I think harassing one of my employees is my business.
Me harassing? Am I harassing you, son?
I think I'm gonna go change so I'm not late for my shift.
And what the hell's so funny?
You and your ridiculous so-called marriage.
Is that so?
Yes. I mean, first you pretend a drunken rage in order to get your wife in line, and then you try and hire some young kid to spy on her. It's pathetic.
You want pathetic? I'll give you pathetic. When a woman meddles in her ex-husband's business, doesn't have a clue of what the hell is going on.
Well, then just let me in on it.
Well, for your information, I was planning a little dinner party for me and my bride.
And shall I make a reservation for 3?
She spent one night in his lousy hotel. Don't make a big deal out of it.
You're telling me that Gabrielle stayed in this hotel. When was that?
You know, don't act dumb with me. You know damn well it was last night.
She told you that she stayed here last night.
That's what I just said, isn't it? What the hell's the look for?
Asa, it pains me to say this, but you have been had.
What are you doing? I specifically told you to leave her alone.
It's all right, Al. It's all right. It's okay. Just go. Go.
Not till I know what's going on.
Yeah, I'd kind of like to know what's going on, too.
I remember everything now, all of it. Right from Colin's grotesque farewell dinner.
All right, Nora. Let's take this step by step. From the moment you left the Cherryville Inn.
Sam drove me home. When we got to the house, he didn't want to leave me alone. Our son, Matthew, was in Chicago with my parents. So Sam insisted on staying with me to protect me.
And did he stay?
He tried. He left once, actually came back. And I insisted that he leave. I didn't need a bodyguard, and I convinced him that I was going to be fine.
So he left?
We didn't realize that Colin was already in the house. Don't blame yourself, Sam. Okay? If he hadn't taken me that night, he would have done it the day after, or the day after that. He was just obsessed.
Nora, let's get back to what actually did happen once you were alone in the house.
I just wanted to sit alone in the dark for a little bit. You know, I was wiped from the evening's festivities. And I was sitting there, and I thought I heard a noise behind me. But when I turned, it was too late. Colin was already there, and the syringe was in my back. I didn't even have time to scream.
What did Colin do next?
I fought him. I tried to get away from him. I knocked over a lamp, and I ran for the door, but that's when my legs went limp. I just couldn't fight him.
Did you lose consciousness?
No. No, I knew what was going on. I just couldn't move. I couldn't speak or scream. I could barely whisper.
And then what did Colin do?
He took me out to the car, strapped me in, and drove me to his house.
Nor did he say anything to you?
Yes. He talked to me about how we were going to be together forever. He talked to me as if we were lovers. And then when we got to the house, he carried me upstairs to the bedroom, and he was done up like...
Like what? Like what, Nora?
Like some sort of fancy brothel. The honeymoon suite at some sort of tacky Las Vegas hotel. There was red satin sheets on the bed and rose petals everywhere, candles lit, champagne in a cooler. He laid me on the bed, told me how we were going to love each other for the rest of our lives. And at one point, he showed me 2 passports that he had. One was made out to a Dr. R. Butler, and the other one was made out to Scarlet Butler. That's what he called me. That was his nickname for me. I guess it was his kind of sick joke. He told me that we were going to go someplace together where we could love each other for the rest of our lives and no one would ever find us.
That's the passport he shoved at me.
I kept fighting him. I fought him then. I was so thirsty, I got away from him, and I got some water, and I started drinking the water, and he tricked me. He'd put more drugs in the water.
Is that what caused you to be unconscious?
I wasn't unconscious. I couldn't move, but I never went unconscious. I fought it.
Nor do you think that the drugs had something to do with your hallucinating or being at least confused?
They might have. If I let it, I didn't let them.
Well, this must have really angered and frustrated him.
Not as much as when I threw the water in his face with the drugs in it. That got him angry. He picked me up and he threw me down on the bed. And that's when he told me that I was going to love him whether I liked it or not. And he put the ring on my finger. And that's when he realized he was going to have to force me. He had another syringe full of the drug. And he was about to give it to me. And that's when the doorbell rang.
Yes, Nora.
Yeah.
That's when you testified it was Dr. Melanie McIver.
Yep. Yeah. She probably saved my life.
So, Colin left you alone in the bedroom. And you said the next thing you remember is him going downstairs and having an argument with Jennifer Rappaport.
Yeah. Yes.
What's the next thing you recall, Nora?
His laughter. His laughter. God, I hated the sound of that laughter. And I knew he was going to come back for me, and I had to get out of there. I had to get out of there. So I did. I mean, I managed to. I got out of the bed, and I managed to get to the door, and then to the hallway. And then I got to the top of the stairs. And that's when I saw him. And he turned, and that's when he saw me.
And then what happened?
He came up the stairs.
You can't stop me. You know why? Because I'm unstoppable.
I had to stop. I had to. I made it down the stairs to the landing. But I couldn't go any further because he had blocked my way. That's when I looked over and I saw Roseanne. She looked at me and she looked at Colin. And then she ran out. I thought she was going to go for some help, or I was so weak and tired. I managed to get back up the stairs to the bedroom, and that's when I passed out, and I woke up in the hospital. That's really all there is to it. I did it. I killed Colin, and thankfully this is now all over.
That's for me to decide, Mrs. Buchanan. And let me assure you, this is definitely not over.
Suddenly you're tearing at me like a banshee. Why?
Oh, that's just the reaction you bring out in me.
Then why did you tell me to back off?
Al, it's all right. It's all right. If I'd truly been in danger, I would have accepted your protection, but I can handle Max, believe me.
Then why'd he grab you? What were you fighting about?
Yeah. Go ahead, tell our son what we were fighting about.
It was just an old, meaningless dispute.
Then why'd you even bother? Whatever, I don't want to know about it. I'm going to let this slide because she asked me to, okay? Next time, I'm not going to give her the chance.
You really don't know me at all if you think I could hit a woman.
You're right. I don't know you. That's the way you've wanted it for years. Now it's the way I want it.
Al, I don't care how many times you tell yourself I was a lousy father and that I threw you to the wolves and didn't care. It's still the truth.
Would you please leave? We can resolve our differences later, or not at all.
You sure you're okay?
Yes. Yes, I am okay. I'm just sorry that you saw me and Max in this way.
I just got scared. Thought it'd get more physical than it did. I don't believe him when he says he's not going to hurt you.
Listen, I can promise you that's as physical as it is ever going to get between Max and me. Ace and I are making sure that he never hurts me or anyone else ever again.
If Gabrielle spent the night away from home last night, she did not stay here.
That is not possible. And besides, you don't know everything that's going on around here.
You really are hurt.
I don't like to be lied to. Sid? She didn't register. And she didn't use another name because I know her handwriting.
Asa, don't let Gabrielle get to you. She's not worth it.
Don't you ever talk that way about my wife.
Fine. Go and check all the linen closets to see if she's
Wait a minute, just shush. I got it wrong, that's all. She said she was going to a hotel. Because our room in the mansion being painted, I assumed this was it. But I should have known better. She said she was going to a good hotel. Well, I'm going. I'll catch her at home.
Good. With another man.
Your Honor, I only meant that now we know that this whole nightmare is over. We know how Colin died. And Sam Rappaport didn't kill him. So you can set him free now.
I don't consider your very convenient recovered memory to be proof of anything.
But I confessed.
For all I know, you staged your very dramatic and sudden memory return to get Mr. Rappaport off. Without corroborating evidence, the questionable memory of a drugged victim is not enough to stay the case against Mr. Rappaport.
Wait, Your Honor, that doesn't make sense.
She remembered what happened. You can't let Sam take the fall for her. Wait. I need to say something.
And that something would be?
I can tell you what happened.
Miss Delgado, Approximately 11:30 p.m., the night of March 13th. Were you at Colin MacIver's home?
Yes, I was there.
Would you please tell us exactly what you saw at the house?
Well, when I got there, the door was open, so I went in.
Take what I want. I want to hear a single thing about it. Certainly not you.
Saw a drugged woman push a man down a flight of stairs, and you ran out.
Well, I didn't know that she was drugged.
Did you try to get help?
No.
Why not?
Well, I thought Nora would handle it.
But she didn't, did she?
No.
Miss Delgado, in March of this year, you were working at the police station. Is that right?
Yes.
Then you are aware there was an all-out manhunt for Colin MacIver.
Yes.
And you said nothing?
No. I thought maybe he hadn't died in the fall.
But when his body was found, still you said nothing, did you?
No. I didn't want anyone to know that I was at Colin's house. Colin MacIver was very awful, and he had done some really bad things to me, and I'm sorry. I didn't want anyone to know that I was there. I didn't want anyone to know that I even knew Colin.
Thank you, Miss Delgado. I have no further questions.
You may sit down, Miss Delgado.
You're gonna have to stick around, Roseanne.
I was just telling the truth, Commissioner.
Well, you're gonna have to tell it again. Antonio's gonna take you upstairs. We need a more detailed statement.
Okay.
Nora, I want to talk to the judge.
What happens now, Bo? Am I under arrest?
I wish he had moved out when he said he was going to.
Oh, sweetheart, let's forget about Max. There are much more wonderful things to talk about, like you moving into the dorm. You're going to be making so many new friends.
I don't think it's a good idea. Maybe I should stick around here for a while.
No. Al, I don't want you to give up not one more thing for my sake. It's your turn. I want you to have all the experiences that you have never had.
It's not going to be easy for me if I have to wonder about that jerk hassling you all the time.
Don't worry. I've got my husband. I've got Asa to protect me. You don't have to be the man of the house anymore.
What, are you firing me?
Absolutely. Come on now. We've had an us against the world ever since I got out of prison and you came to live with me. We don't need it anymore. It's your turn to be a kid, all right? Albeit a very big kid, but you are still my little one. How about a chocolate?
You and your chocolates.
So...
You're asking me to give up a room twice the size of our old apartment? Has every electronic toy known to man, plus room service.
Yes.
To sleep on a cot and share a bathroom with 10 other guys.
Absolutely. That's what college is all about. Or at least part of it, anyway. You will always have your room here. You can come home on weekends. But I don't think you're going to want to, because you're going to have so many new friends to have fun with.
I'll think about it.
Good. So, what you going to do today?
I have stuff I have to take care of. Maybe I should stick around. I should stay. I mean, I don't think it's a good time.
No. This is a perfect time. Come on. Off you go. All right?
But what? But what if Max comes back?
Well, then I will ring for Nigel and bring out the swords.
Okay. Worry about you sometime.
You want to tell me what that was about?
And you don't know?
Why you told our son we were fighting and led him to believe I was bullying you? No, I don't.
Please keep your voice down. Look, I have to think very fast. What do you want me to tell him, that we were all of a sudden swept away in a wave of passion?
How about a dose of the truth? That the old tyrant Asa is the one that's physically threatening you, not Max.
I won't do that. I won't ruin this for Al.
How long do you think you're going to keep up this pretense that Asa's a saint?
As long as I have to. And besides, it's not his opinion of Asa that worries me. It's his opinion of me. I have worked so hard to put my past behind me and make a good example for Al.
And you've been a success. Your only mistake was marrying Asa.
Well, he doesn't think it's a mistake. He's very proud of me. And that makes me feel very proud of myself. And I don't want to ruin that for either one of us.
You're building yourself a house of cards and it's going to crumble sooner or later.
Not if I'm very, very careful.
Do you really think Al will stop loving you if he has to give up this?
No, of course not. I'm not afraid of that.
Then what are you afraid of?
He's been so strong for me, Max, and I've had to be strong for him. He'd be so disappointed if he saw how weak I can be.
I can think of a lot of words to describe you. Beautiful, fiery, smart, stubborn, incredibly sexy. But the one word I would never use is weak.
Oh, you're so wrong, Max. I am weak. I'm very, very weak when it comes to you. Well, I'll just have to be a lot stronger when I'm near you from now on.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Let my defenses down, too.
But it will never happen again, right?
No. Never.
Gabrielle, where are you?
I'm right here, Asa. Welcome home.
Oh, I see you're wearing my necklace.
I do love it so much.
Well, I guess that means you accept my apology. I was a real bad cowboy last night.
Yes, you were. But you know, I can never stay mad at you for very long.
I was crazy to think you'd be cheating on me. Especially when I can give you everything you want. Watch out there. Don't let Holden take off with any of the loot.
I'll leave you two to your wedded bliss.
Well, I hope I interrupted something.
You did. You did. How was your day?
Well, I tell you, I can't complain. I set out to sling mud about my wife's character, and that's exactly what I did.
Oh, give me all the gory details, please.
Well, Renee's convinced I'm jealous as all get out, and for a good reason. I told her that I was worried sick, that my bride was cheating on me with Max Holden.
Good for you. And I bet Renee was devastated and shocked at my infidelity.
Well, I'll tell you, joyful was more like it. She tried to hide it, but she had a good laugh behind my back.
I'll bet.
So, everything went okay with you and Holden?
Oh, more than okay. That's perfect. I've got him right where I want him. I'm ready to go in for the kill.
Interview with Roseanne Delgado, July 18th, 2001. Interviewed by Officer Antonio Vega. You waive your right to have an attorney present, is that correct?
Yes. I don't want anybody to shut me up, Antonio. I want you to know the truth. For once, I want you to know the whole truth.
We'll have to file a formal report.
May I remind you, Commissioner Buchanan, that this court is still in session.
Yes, sorry, Your Honor.
And that this trial has tested the outer limits of my patience. Mr. Gannon, I'd like to confer with you and the Commissioner immediately.
I'm ready, Your Honor.
As for Mrs. Buchanan, she will be sequestered in the witness room until I'm ready to address her.
What about the charges against Mr. Rappaport?
Your Honor, given the testimony of Miss Delgado, I'm withdrawing all the charges against the defendant. I recommend the case against Sam Rappaport be dismissed.
So ordered.
If I'd had an inkling, I never would have put you through this. You know that, don't you, Sam?
Come on, Mr. Evans. You do this. Ms. Buchanan, please. You heard the judge.
Everything is going beautifully. There's just one thing that could ruin it for me.
And what is that?
Well, if Al should ever find out what we're up to.
Well, do you think he suspects anything?
I've just got to be more careful, Asa. Al walked in on a very suggestive moment between Max and me. I turned on a dime. I made it look as though Max was attacking me, but it was too close for comfort.
Well, like you said, we have to be extra careful.
You know, in the pack of lies that I fed Max, there is one very deep truth. My son and I mean the world to each other, and if I should ever lose that...
That will never happen.
Good. That's why, Asa. It cannot happen in this house.
You have someplace else in mind?
Well, not yet. But I'm sure in a very short time I'll be able to convince Max to go away somewhere wonderfully exotic so that we can talk about our situation and do whatever.
That'll work. As long as you remember, the whatever must be documented. And it's not going to do us any good unless we get it on tape.
Seth, I want to apologize for my ex-husband's rather bizarre job offer.
It's okay, Miss Devine.
No, it's not. He put you on the spot asking you to spy on his current wife. It was embarrassing for both of us.
I've got to admit, I'm glad you came along when you did.
I'm kind of hoping that you were going to turn him down.
To be honest, I'd rather not take the guy off. I'm going to be taking a class with a couple of his relatives.
Oh, do you mean Jessica?
Yeah, his granddaughter.
Oh, you met?
Yeah, she seems very nice.
Yes, she is. We're very close. She's the best. But you said relatives. Oh, yes, of course. Ace's most recent son. Well, I never blame anyone for his parents. Oh, Al, how nice to see you.
Hey, Miss Devine, how are you?
Good, thank you.
What's up, Seth?
Not much. Excuse me, Miss Devine. Some of us have to work.
Actually, I need to ask you a really big favor. Courtney Kill's having a concert at the Break Bar, and I have these flyers.
And you'd like to be able to put them around the palace in very strategic places.
It'd be so good if I could. I just want people to know about the gig, so we can get a full house.
Sounds great. I might even show up myself.
Well, then I'll save you a seat. You're gonna love her. She's a great performer.
Terrific.
She's an amazing singer. The show should be great.
No, it won't.
Courtney, what's the matter?
Humongous problem. Unless somebody can pull off a miracle, the show is canceled.
Do you confirm that everything in this statement is the absolute truth? And please sign where it's indicated. entered the home of Dr. Colin McIver. Heard him speaking angrily. Then saw him fall down the stairs. Appeared to be unconscious. Well, it looks like it's all there. All except one thing.
What did I leave out?
How could you do it, Roseanne? How could you take the coward's way out again?
Congratulations.
Hey, thanks. I guess you know what I'm feeling like, right?
I sure do. Well, I'll check in with you later. I have to go back to the hospital.
Thanks, Lane.
Bye.
Take care.
Well, that was about as close as it gets. You know, if Nora hadn't said those things when she did, you could have gone to jail.
Or I would have.
Okay, Mom?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm gonna splash some cold water on my face. You stay with your dad, okay?
Okay.
I can't believe it was Nora all along.
So what's gonna happen to Nora now?
I'm not sure.
I don't need to tell you that this trial has been a three-ring circus since it began, and Nora Buchanan has been the ringmaster. She has led a parade of suspects before the bench, accused innocent people of murder, and wasted the court's time and the taxpayers' money. I sincerely hope you plan to bring charges against her.
There's an emergency in traffic court. We need help.
Oh, okay, but wait. I'm supposed to stay here and watch this.
We're understaffed. Let's go.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next One Life to Live.
On the next One Life to Live.
What about you, Mom? Are you happy?
How could you tell me you love me and then lie to my face?
You're not seriously considering charging Nora, are you?
She's innocent. Why does she confess?
You confessed. Why did you do that?
Lindsay Rappaport will let nothing stand between her and what she wants. Find out what this diva is up to on One Life to Live, coming up next on SoapNet.